welcome back to WAM, which is formerly known as Wine and Mortgage. Now it's just whatever mortgage. Sometimes we just like not to be drunk. We like to drink water or coffee. Yeah. So, I mean, right, in this business, we don't always drink.
Not always. Definitely not.
Anyways, so welcome. It is a Wednesday. We usually do this on a Tuesday, but poor John had like the ultimate horror story happen to him.
Yeah.
As he was editing, because he got a new computer.
Yeah.
He switched. That's what it was. You switched from an HP to an Apple.
I switched from Windows machine
And he deleted
to
it
that.
without knowing it.
So we get to do it.
So we're back.
We're stepping
We're gonna try to remember all the really cool, awesome things we said.
Right, yeah.
But now, I'm sure there's something we
had
wanted
a great
to
dress rehearsal, and
know?
well, now this is live.
This is the real deal.
Yeah.
We all look just as good as we did that day. So
Yeah.
we're all good.
You look better.
Do I? I look better. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, the pink. All right, so welcome again, and we'll introduce you guys again. This is all new. Nobody's seen you before. Who are you?
I'm TravisWilliams. I'm a new licensed realtor. I work with Faron Daigle, Realty.
Yes.
And
Just had your closing last week.
had a closing last Tuesday. So my buyers are very happy. And
So doing pretty good so far.
Yes, I've been at it 6 months. I've had one listing and one buyer. So
That's
both
pretty good.
close. Yeah.
Pretty good. In this market, to be new, that many,
Yeah.
good.
And good ones too.
So welcome, and he's a swim coach as well.
Yes, I am the swim coach realtor. I'm a U.S. master swimmer and part-time swim coach.
Nice. I'm gonna put it out in the realm, so we have to do it. We're gonna do something this fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely.
And dog parks.
And talk
I
about
am going to the Friendswood Chamber of Commerce is having a trunk or treat at a park
Okay.
outside. So I'm going to be there handing out candy and my business cards and
Ooh.
Friendswood Chamber of Commerce.
What day is that?
That is
That is
Sunday. No.
The 8th?
It's the 20. I'd have to pull it up in my phone.
I bet it's the 24th, because this Sunday's the 8th, right? Then the next one.
Yeah, I believe the 24th.
Sunday, like 2 Sundays from this Sunday.
Oh, they're doing math and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That's too bad.
Hey, I'm a lender. Is what we do.
Exactly.
Realtor's like, can we offer this? Which, no, that's not going to compute.
Right.
It's not going to work. Anyways, okay, so welcome back,
Thank
Travis. And we have also
Tonia Montague.
Mhm.
I'm with Texas Diamond Realty. I have put in 6 offers since having my license for 3 months. And
Show some love to Tonia, y'all. Spelled Tonia.
That's
So if
right.
you see Tonia with an I on your contract,
Better
just
get that
know
sucker accepted.
she's coming through. She's coming through. And if you have if you use Jen, we'll totally take the offer. She would do that.
Right.
Kidding. Anyway, so yes, they're both new, and I love new realtors. One, because they are like a blank canvas, and it's really fun to see what they're doing without having been doing this
Especially young new realtors.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they bring a lot of fire to the game.
stuff.
Yeah.
You guys do.
So,
Well, it is second careers for both of us.
It is.
So
Yes.
it's
You still
second
bring a
careers.
lot of
Explain
fire
those
to the
second
game.
careers.
It will eventually be.
Just
right now it's all.
Right now it's
kind of.
just a fun
I
game.
do little stuff on the sides. I like resell stuff on Poshmark. Whatever. It's not like it's like a career, but
Pretty soon you
trying
guys will
to
get
make this
busy,
like-
and this will
yes.
be it.
Yes. And I think I said this last time we were
Yeah.
recording, but people, when, like my offers have not gone through, they're like, don't give up. And I'm like, I don't know the struggle because everyone's like, they are comparing a lot of their success.
Yeah.
A lot of them came on board during COVID. So they got the good stuff. But, we're just struggling because we're new agents.
Everybody's
Like,
struggling though.
we are. We don't know the struggle, but yeah.
Big ballers.
Yep.
They are struggling as well.
yeah. So we're starting in a tough time where we know inventory is low and the market's not
Right?
what it once was. So like this is normal to us.
It is.
It's that
Yeah, we don't
Just
see
think,
any
what
different.
just think what it'll be in like a couple of years.
I
People
think
are like, I never knew.
we're hustling hard right now. So
right.
it's going to pay off.
Yeah.
So you're just building your pool of influence.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Your pool of swimmy influence.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now,
It's going to be SpongeBob.
have you
Right.
guys like since you're new?
hmm
How are you meeting not only the people who list with you? How are you meeting your buyers? How are you meeting your partners that you want to rely on? Like, what is it that you're like, okay, this is my jive. This is where I want to be. You kind of figured that out, or is it different than it was 6 months ago or 3 months ago?
All of the people that I have dealt with is my sphere. And it's, like my husband's a triathlete, so he trains with people and, NASA people over here. I mean, it's an array of people. So, and then I'm sober. So, I go to AA. So I, have a lot of people there too. And you would think, drunks, it's people living under a bridge. No, it's the disease does not discriminate.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people who,
yes.
Yeah.
So
I know
there's an array of people there too. We've got doctors, we've got a lot of, rocket scientists from NASA. So it's, there's my, like a big sphere of influence there too. So I've had great people that I've worked with, it's just been lowball offers. So, but, anyways, that's how I'm working with.
But you have one kind of milking through, and it might come through.
I hope
Positive vibes.
That's right.
I think it's going to come
There's
through.
an offer out right now that you got. So.
Yeah.
we got a counter.
Got a counter. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, did you have it?
Keep thinking positive.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
quit saying if and say when.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that energy will flow.
Yeah.
It really does.
Do you?
I don't want to sound kooky.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Not kooky at all.
Here, Jen.
I'm
Little
just
bit.
kidding. I'm just kidding. So now, do you guys have like a like when you think of realtors and you think of like just realty in general? Is there somebody that you're like, I like what they're doing and I want to see what they're doing, what they're about?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I never did. I wanted to know, like, well, let me take that back. When I first got into lending, I was really big on what can I get really good at, and that's my niche, right?
Okay.
Like first-time home buyers, down payment assistance, VAs, right? Now I'm in the thing where I really want to know those reno loans, right? Like renovation loans. Like I want to be really good at those 203Ks.
Yeah.
Like, get me that.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of lenders out there that
Exactly.
I feel like that's
So that's because I feel like you for certain probably want to figure out your niche more than be like somebody.
Right. No, I mean, I definitely want to find my own way to go about it. So for me, working with Faron, he helped my mom get her house.
Yep.
She moved from the hill country next to us, which is nice to have mom close. On Sunday, she celebrated her 29th year sober.
nice.
Yeah, on
Nice.
Sunday, that was her.
What's your name?
So good.
Melissa.
Way to go, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa. That's awesome.
So
And how old are you again?
I'm 36.
So you were just a little young guy when she got sober. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, working with Faron, I really liked what he was doing as a realtor, and he's by himself. He's his own brokerage,
Uh-huh.
and he has his information processor,
Yeah.
his license, his wife's license. When I decided I wanted to do realty after education, he was like, "All right, let's start. Let's figure out how we're going to build this brokerage together because I've never trained new agents."
That's
So
awesome.
the really good thing I've heard from other new agents is access to your broker.
Yeah.
They don't always have.
Yes.
the access.
Those real brokers, there's always like a team. And it's
Yeah.
like somebody on that team is just kind of figuring it out on their own.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've been very fortunate that he's
That's,
really worked with me hand in hand on all the deals.
See, that's good. That's what's nice about those boutique brokerages.
Those one-on-one training
Mhm.
sessions with him are so valuable. He's done it, over 20 years, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna, eventually get to
Take
where
Yeah.
I'm
take your spot
yeah
there within the
get-
company.
getting the listings and the buyers, and so
That'll be nice. And you're with the
It's
boutique one too, right?
They're
They're smaller
I
ones.
think we have about 25 agents.
Which is still boutique because
Right.
I mean, if you look at like Keller Williams, Remax, I mean they're so big. It's
Right.
like,
of course.
just feel like you just get lost in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can
So-
text my broker. And almost immediately, like I get a response back.
That's
So,
right.
and my broker, she does specialize in foreclosures. So about
Ooh.
95% of her listings are foreclosures.
That's
So-
nice to know.
Yeah,
That's really nice to know. I honestly I need to, because if I'm going to do like the renovation stuff,
Mhm.
I should really get
Mm-hmm.
in touch with her.
Yes.
Because just for my gal Sunny, who kind of teams with me on it, Sunny Byerly.
Yeah.
Like estate sales and like things that have been on the market a while. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, we might have a buyer for you. So
Right.
he lists a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
She might be somebody that we probably would need to know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because weren't we talking about this on the deleted footage? We were talking about how much better, rather than new construction, doing a renovation loan in an already established neighborhood is just way one you're fixing and you're keeping the life of the neighborhood that once was beautiful. It still is when you renovate.
Yeah.
But two, it is established. So the oak trees are over the road already. The taxes are set. The mud's probably gone by now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it will hold its value more.
Right.
Very
Because
true.
I tell people right now, I'm like, right now it'll probably be the hardest time to buy new construction because the rates are so high.
Yeah.
Now, I tell people, when the rates are high, buying new construction is tough. And the reason why is because then when you want to refi, when the rates drop, it's harder to refi because the equity's not there.
Right.
Right? Because you bought that for $350 and I can buy the same exact house right next door because everything's new construction. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Because I had that problem. There's a, I was talking about this yesterday too. During COVID, same type of thing. Like when the rates got cray-cray.
Yeah.
And the people that were like, I'd like to refi. I'm like, ugh. I was like, we're going to have to wait like a year and a half because like the appraisal came back under what they purchased it for.
Yes.
Oh, I know it just destroyed their head.
Yeah.
They're probably,
And like I know you say that as a lender, like new construction, but they've got so many incentives for us agents.
They do.
Which is crazy.
They do, and they
You
have
know?
so many incentives
They do.
for their buyers
Right.
from their preferred lenders, and
Yes.
that's why.
Yeah.
That's why they have. Which I love the new. I mean, we need new construction. We need new homes.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would much prefer instead of, you know, what I mean, like my brother did a new home. Like, he did new construction, but he chose his own. He bought the land.
Yeah.
You know, within it's like it's nicer when you can buy the lots
Right.
and use whoever you want
Yeah.
to do it. That's why your neighbor's not going to look just like yours.
Exactly.
It carries the weight better.
Right.
So that's what I mean. I love new construction loans, absolutely, and I love new construction.
Yeah.
But sometimes the cookie cutter, we bought all of this land and we're just putting boxes on.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes, you know what I mean, and not to show hate, but I mean, fact is fact.
But yeah, and like you said, like
Your neighbor looks just like you.
but like a neighborhood like this, I mean, like
Their
the
door's
trees
blue,
are
that's it.
established, you know, and all that stuff. It like let's reinvest in what we got going on.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not to mention your neighbor's like 6 inches away from you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
It is.
The more like
It's production.
into the future, we're gonna be so like
Yeah.
it is wild.
Stacked in there like
The
so.
land, the lots are so much smaller now because
Yeah.
just like, you know, the top people want to make more money, so it's like let's put more
Yeah.
houses there.
Yeah.
A lot of these houses, these newer construction houses we shoot, is we'll shoot everything from the outside first because
Right.
especially when it's high humidity,
Uh-huh.
the minute we go inside with that air conditioner and then walk back out with the camera, the lens fogs up.
Right.
Yeah.
Gosh, right?
So we're trying to skirt the outside of the house to get into the backyard, and you just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta
And
turn
they just-
sideways to get
And
through
they
there.
they throw them houses up,
Oh,
y'all.
Yeah.
Throw them up.
They're quick.
They're so
Yes.
quick,
It's
right?
crazy. Yes.
And I said this on the last one.
What?
The house that we shot started shooting the interiors, and then it started raining like crazy, and there was water.
Oh,
walking down
leaking
the
in.
walls.
Oh my God, when you
Brand new
die.
house,
Oh no.
never lived in.
Oh good.
No.
Just
But y'all have to
literally
fix
slapped
that.
together. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
It just, like I said, you can get lemons in cars and
Yeah.
houses.
True.
Yes.
But
very
that's
true.
another thing to say about, like, you were talking about the established neighborhoods. That house has been there for 20, 30, 40 years.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can pretty much guarantee you're not going to walk in and have water running down the walls when it rains.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And it's already done all of its settling. It's already, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
You can tell, like, I always tell people the best time to shop for a house is in the rainy season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some cesspools will show themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
True. I didn't even think
mosquito
about that.
lakes in the back. 'Cause
Yeah.
remember, I think I told you guys this, or maybe I didn't. But anyways, we bought this house in April of
Uh-huh.
2019. So, you know,
Oh,
like the rainy season.
Mhm.
And I remember we went to so many houses, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like, and a lot of them were redone
Mhm.
because of the flood. Because we moved after Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Right.
So a lot of them, I was like, "Ah, this had to have flooded, right?" You go in the back, and I'm telling you, like you look outside and you can't see over the fence because it's like a hill. I'm like, why? Why is it like this? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like
yeah.
you just and when it's raining, you see it just sitting there at the
Yeah.
door. Or
Right.
there was one though, and I felt so bad for like I was like, it had like a sign in the middle of the yard,
Uh-huh.
like a sign, and it had like the hazard. It was like high
Oh, no.
voltage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Like, how did the first person buy that? I'm like, why did they even buy the land? I was like, what is this?
It's just what you want to see in your backyard.
I mean, it was right outside of the sliding glass door. Beautiful
My
home.
God.
Yeah.
Beautiful home.
Yeah.
Right there.
I have never
voltage.
seen that one.
Yeah, high voltage. Like,
Oh
right on the
my
phone. I don't
goodness.
know if, like, with the grading, how they did it, I don't know. But I was like, why is that there?
Now, what I have seen is a water tower, like right
Yeah.
outside
Water towers don't
literally
scare me.
right
Those
outside the back
towers?
fence. You know?
Right.
Makes me think of,
or those towers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the guy line wires are right in your
Right.
Makes me think
backyard.
of Aaron Brockovich, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, get the power line, but like,
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
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 Anyways, but good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
But please remind me. I want to know your,
Broker.
yeah,
Deanna Parsons. Yes.
Deanna Parsons. Deanna Parsons, I'll be calling you. Yeah, because she does a lot of foreclosures.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, get you the foreclosure.
Yeah.
Get it. The hardest part is her having to deal with the bank, probably.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because some banks were like, no, we're trying to get everything we can.
They are. They are.
They are.
Yeah. We were talking about this yesterday to training, like wraparound loans, those sub twos and stuff like that. And they were like, well, why wouldn't, lenders or banks not mind these sub twos, these, investors coming in and doing this because they're getting their money. They're not having to worry about go through the foreclosure process, rack up more fees and all that stuff.
You know I'm going to have to
So-
interrupt here.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck is a wraparound loan and where's your
He explains. See, that's why he keeps us on track. He's like, whoa. This is language I don't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know the ins and outs of it and how it like all works, but I mean, I know.
does.
Yeah, she does. She does.
A wraparound loan?
Really a sub two. We were talking more about a sub two. Like why won't the banks allow the banks are getting their money. Why
Subject
would it
to.
matter?
Oh,
We're subject to.
Yes. Why would the
So
lenders
loaning
not-
money saying like if this is valued at 140, we know it's a piece of junk.
Mhm.
But if somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I can make it worth 350, will you loan me this much money?" It's a subject to.
okay.
Yeah, loan. Is that
Yeah.
what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
which is
anyways.
basically a renovation loan. Which I don't know why. Like, because when you watch those shows on like HGTV and stuff, that's really the behind the scenes. They're dealing with people like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a whole bunch of
It's a whole lot of people.
lenders and bankers and realtors being like, "Is this fucking gonna work?
Right.
Is it really gonna work?" 'Cause I know
Yeah.
you're trying to get something good for TV, but this shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
What I love about that is you have
But-
this
but I-
guy, he's a rat salesman or something like that, and the girl is a, home
Blogger.
based, house worker or housewife or
Oh,
whatever.
like any of the jobs that they have,
Yeah,
they're flipping
and
them.
we're looking for
I
a
was talking about that the other day.
we're looking for a $2.3 million house.
And I
We can't spend any more than that.
And then the other teacher.
Or they're like they're growing lettuce from fish poop in like pints. They're like, look at my lettuce.
Yes.
Organic lettuce.
Thriving
$2
market.
The Oscars I raised
Yeah.
just poop in the tank and it's the lettuce thrives. I make so much money.
God.
Also, I actually learned on those house hunter shows.
Yeah.
They look at 3 properties and then they
Right.
and haw and magically pick one.
Liars.
Yeah.
They are under contract on the house.
Yeah.
They always end up choosing that house is already under.
Yeah, they're
already
always under contract because you can't start work on it.
Sonny was on HGTV.
Yeah, Sunny Barley.
Yeah.
She was on HGTV on one of those things. So,
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you
but
know.
I mean, but we all know that it's
Yeah.
like that anyways.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, we're just, you know what? We'll let you be. We're not gonna choose your house, but we'll give you a look see.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's
it was-
exposure.
There
Yeah.
you go.
They make it look so glamorous. Just like all these agents, now that, what is it? Selling Sunset.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yes.
Literally, could you imagine if we were lending and like realtors out in California?
Right. No.
I mean, your two that you just did, you'd be set for the year,
Oh my
Right.
gosh, at those list prices? Yes.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild, and I don't know. I should probably do more research. Like, do they have a cap, or do they get paid 3% on 1.2?
And they say the potential commission earnings.
Yeah,
Like
they
they'll
show
say
it.
they'll say the list price. They'll say the potential earnings
Yeah.
or whatever.
And they're also
I don't know
getting
if
paid by Netflix to do the show. So
Right.
they're doing fine.
They're doing good.
Yeah.
and
but
then
I
they
don't
see
know,
the
just
stars
really
and
right.
then they're
True
doing
that. But I just mean anywhere, or what we were just talking about on my YouTube shorts that I showed you with the guy in New York,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
flippers.
Yeah.
I doubt. We're gonna have to look it up. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
have to
have to-
screenshot it and see if it's still on the market.
Send me a link to that.
I will.
Put it down in the description.
Yeah, we'll show you guys. It's I bet
hilarious.
you it's still on the market.
It gave you the address.
Yeah.
It did.
Or you know what? He had smiley faces up there, so maybe it
Oh.
didn't.
Okay.
Because everybody's like,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
What
creepers
the-
running all over the place.
Yeah.
one of the flippers, all you flippers out there, one of your little cousins up in New York. He went and bought a house.
Cousins
Went,
now.
bought a house for $219 and put it back on the market for 1.25.
Yeah.
Mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it, Beacon, New York?
Yep.
Get out. You know the neighbors were like,
House in New York.
the neighbors were like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of
Property
here
taxes
with your
ridiculous.
spaceship. It didn't look like it looked
His
like,
house did look
it
like
looks so
science fiction.
drab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It was a modern marvel in Beacon. There. Yeah.
It was like instead of the stage furniture, it was just staged. It didn't really look like that.
Yeah.
Just stage the outside.
It looked like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So being a swim coach,
Yes.
do you offer things to your clients like free swim lessons? If you buy
Oh, can you do that?
So that's technical.
Can you?
Not
I don't
trying
know
to
if
get you,
that's even legal.
jailed up.
So where I coach at, that system is proprietary. I don't teach that to anyone else unless I'm working there.
Right.
As far as, I've taught my nieces how to swim in the community pool. I do have a client, they just purchased a home with a pool and she wants me to spend some time with her granddaughter so they don't have to build a fence around the pool, that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, I can coach swim team and get people, better times, but primarily I do water safety and drowning prevention.
Yeah.
Because drowning's a pretty high cause of death in
Yeah.
Texas because everyone has a pool where
Really,
around
yeah.
water. So
I was always nervous about Brayson. We
Oh my
couldn't get in the pool.
I guess too.
Threw him in.
And I mean, realistically, anytime you ingest too much dihydrogen monoxide, it's really bad for you.
What? Dihydrogen monoxide? What is that?
H2O.
You see, he's such a jerk.
Stumped us.
He's such a
Stumped
jerk.
all of us.
He was trying to be clever, little asshole. Just kidding. Dihydrogen monoxide is H2O.
We're like, what? Huh?
I'm like, wait, what is that? I should have just went along with it.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, we all just smile like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
But you didn't, so I win.
Sometimes I'm not gonna lie though, I'll do that by business. Like if like the listing agent will call me and be like, I have a couple questions about this person and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah.
Well, next time, just
Absolutely.
ask him, is there a dihydrogen?
I'm not gonna
I
do
can't
that.
even say it.
See? That's not
Dihydrogen
gonna do it.
monoxide basin in the backyard?
You've been saving up to say that, haven't you?
No, I just.
Y'all gotta put that on repeat.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah. Say it 3 times.
There you go.
Dihydrogen monoxide. Dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah.
Get you some. I don't know. That's what weird, really.
But anyway. But yeah, so like I when I was in South Dakota and I was doing lending, I was a fitness director at our club up there. So my fitness classes, like I would do all that kind of stuff and then just let people know, hey, by the way. So sometimes it's fun to it's a good plug, but I would never, I would never mix the two. Like I'll do this for you if you do
No.
that. But
I wasn't really saying it that way.
I did get a lot of business from the people that took my classes.
Well, I kind of was saying it that way.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say my first listing,
But you can.
I taught the granddaughter, the mom and I are friends, and it was her parents' family home that they had, and because they knew me as their daughter's swim coach, they were like, hey, would you be interested in selling our family home? I was like, absolutely.
Nice.
So using your sphere and your network and trying to get
It's a good way to venture and just meet. Yeah.
And your hubby is a triathlete.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that to us.
Okay, so
I know what it
you
is,
swim, bike, run.
Yeah.
So it's 3. I should probably keep his anonymity, but he's also a recovering alcoholic. But he, it's like one alcohol is not enough, right? So it's like one sport's not enough. Like let me do all of them. So
You do all the things.
yeah, so you swim 2.5 miles, you bike 112 miles, and you run a full marathon.
That's amazing.
112 miles.
And he's a big guy. Like I mean, he's 6'2". Like he's a big guy. Like he does all of it.
You know what? Since you're saying that,
Mm-hmm.
I have found with most of my sober friends or people that I know that have become sober,
Mm-hmm.
even those that I loved like a little sister, and I'm happy to see them sober now.
Yeah.
Having been in a whole new state, and I look there, and, right? Because just like anything,
Mhm.
it's an addiction. So if you have an addictive personality, I
Right.
tell people just find something
Yeah.
to be addicted to.
Mhm.
And I have found, because I used to work in gym sales too, obviously, because I was an instructor.
Right.
So I have found that the gym has saved multiple
Oh,
people's
yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
Multiple people's lives. I mean,
Absolutely.
people they find Christ and they find the gym and they are
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
because they are in the gym. It's like they have something to do and
Yeah.
they're, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's just I gotta be.
And some sober people, it's dangerous for them to find church. Like I have to work a program, a spiritual program,
Uh-huh.
like, and that's AA for me. Like and we were watching David Goggins or something the other day. He's a triathlete, and
Yeah.
I mean he's like crazy good and all
Right.
this stuff. But I think it was him or maybe another triathlete, but there was like something missing with his program, or like he would go and try to beat this one guy every single time, and this other guy kept like beating him. So
Beating
he
him,
went to the shaman or whatever and kind of like cleared every day.
Cleansed.
Yes, he beat the guy at the next race. So it was like there's like always pieces to make like your journey kind of
Complete.
complete. Yeah. So
Right.
but I've seen it's the people that get sober when they find church, it's kind of dangerous. Like it's kind of crazy. But I have to work a spiritual program, but my church is AA. Like that's where I get my goodness from.
sometimes.
Like that's
Well, I mean, everything in abundance
Yeah.
can be bad.
Yeah.
Even if it's created as
Sure.
something
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
anything in overabundance. I mean, everything has to be a modification.
And I did that.
I mean, you can go to the gym so much.
shopping, men,
That's
like
true.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
do it all.
Yeah.
Craziness.
But
And I would be remiss if I didn't put a serious plug in here for the Wheelhouse in Deer Park.
Yep.
Um,
They have a
We're
run
actually doing
coming up this
video.
weekend on
we're
Saturday.
doing yes.
Mhm.
I'll be there shooting video.
Yeah.
We do all their video content and stuff like that, and happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But just as an example, and it's for men only,
Mhm.
but these guys come in, and it's what they do is drug and alcohol. It's kind of like AA. I think it
Rehabilitation,
is
yeah.
based
It is.
on AA.
Yeah.
But they deal with men who are addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Mhm.
When these men come in, they have to do what's called riding the wood.
Mhm.
And basically, they have a wood bench,
Mhm.
and they sit right there for 3 weeks. I believe it's 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Wait.
Yeah. And they can leave at
Yeah.
any time.
Oh, but,
Yeah.
but I mean, they sit there on the bench like what do you like?
I don't know the whole process.
Like there's no breaks.
No, there's breaks.
Oh, there's breaks.
They
Wow.
sleep there. They stay at the Wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's like a live-in
Yes.
center that
Right.
guys with really not a lot of money. It's like people
It's totally
donate
free
to,
for
yeah.
them.
Okay.
When
off
they
the
have,
streets.
and they have
Yeah.
a list that they keep track of every day of how many men they have to turn away
Mhm.
just
wow.
because they don't have
They have enough
space.
room.
or
They don't
whatever.
have beds and
Uh,
stuff like that.
But they ride the wood for, I think it's 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And if they get tired of it, if they decide that it's not for them, they can leave at any time.
They make it a little rough on them to make
They
sure
do.
that it's
It's
If
got
you
to be
can
a
make
like
it through that, you can
Yeah.
surely stay sober. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
you gotta want to be sober more than you want
You
to
ha-
be.
That's the thing, and a lot of times too, like, and obviously, like I'm speaking as an outsider in,
Mhm.
but just with the friends that I know that have gone through it, it's like
Yeah.
your entire everything has to change.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
your friends, like you're
It
not
really does.
hanging out with Tom and Bill down at the,
No,
you're doing
Right.
different.
you're not going to
things.
sit at a bar to have a Diet Coke.
They say you can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Like-
can't change your life
Right.
unless you change your life.
Right. And they're like, oh my God, those are my friends.
They
Go
can be
with
your
them
friends
without
from
a few
afar.
months and see if they're really your friends.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
You can be friends from afar.
Yeah.
if you're not doing the same things that they're doing,
Yeah, you ever hung out with somebody that you used to drink with and then you're sober? You're like, "They're really not that
I
fun."
have. And I'm like, really boring. Yeah.
I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
No wonder I was always wasted. They're boring.
Yeah.
But
But I was like,
it's your fault.
no, but I was the kind of drinker that it was like, you had to get like, these are what we're doing tonight. And if, people were like, you can't go hang out with Tonya anymore. I mean, because it was like, we'd be gone for 3 days. I mean, or just,
wow.
not to that extreme. Sometimes
Right.
it would be, but like, I mean, we'd go on a bender.
But
Like-
there are way more people
Mm-hmm.
that this happens to that
Yeah.
people talk about.
Agreed.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Because
Yes.
on anything, I mean, just when you think of like eating disorders,
Yeah.
like it's all the same. It's like it's so taboo to talk about certain things. It's like we all have our vices, and it's like, hey,
And I think with social media and stuff like that these days, that's another thing that I'm trying out. I'm 40, so it's like
Yep.
I've kind of missed the cusp.
Isn't it more fun in 40s though?
It is,
It
but
is.
I'm still trying to learn it, and then especially with being a new realtor, so it's like I'm trying to post stuff and do stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Here, come over here. We'll post some bullshit.
what I'm doing.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I've got to come up with something interesting that happened today when I've like looked at the MLS, I've checked my emails. I haven't done a lot, but I've got to make today look interesting.
Yeah. Just start. Just you know what? Literally, just record yourself doing whatever it is you do. Like put it in there while you're driving and you're doing your thing. Like it's not even there, and then later do the voiceover of it.
Yeah.
That's what you guys do.
Notice what you're noticing.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what I'm doing right now. What you just said would make a great post.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
Because sometimes
Let
people just want to know what you do in your regular life. Like we don't want to attract other realtors. We want to attract other people.
People
Fair.
do business with people they like, know, and trust.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Your mama told you you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Yeah.
These days, that first impression happens online, primarily social media.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when people get to know you, they need to know you. So if you are in reality saying, I don't know what to post today, I'm stuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Post it!
you know what? You know what?
If it doesn't work, you're making content.
You know what the three of us are gonna do?
That's true.
You know what we're gonna do?
Oh God.
I'm gonna start an Instagram for us.
Okay.
And it's gonna be nonsense and realty. And we're just gonna have 15 seconds of just nonsense.
Yeah.
Seinfeld can do it. We can do it. Right? Nonsense and realty.
Yeah.
Nonsense and real estate.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
We're doing it. Even more so than the dog park. We're doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd
And then
be
we'll all
fun.
have access to it.
Okay.
You can just put your 15 seconds up just talking
I
nonsense.
still want to go to the dog park.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well,
go to the one in Friendswood
No,
on the
I mean, we'll go.
24th or whatever it
I
is.
mean, we'll go.
You can drone us doing our stuff.
Absolutely.
You can drone us like passing our cards. This is what we do.
Okay. So do you have a dog?
I do.
Let's
you
go.
have a dog.
Yes.
I have a dog.
Let's go walk our dogs.
Yes.
And do it.
I do
Okay.
not have a dog.
Then, well, you're gonna be droning
be
us.
busy with the.
You're gonna be walking your drone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the designated droner.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Designated droner.
There you go.
Very nice.
Good job. Sorry.
Oh, my dog will be 15 this month.
What kind of dog is it again?
I don't know.
She's a mutt?
She's a rescue mix. We think
Oh.
part spaniel, part dachshund.
Best
Oh,
dogs
she's
ever.
She's adorable.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Rescues are the best dogs ever.
They are.
Very fortunate.
They are really the sweetest, cutest little dogs.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Sometimes if they came from like harsh, like it takes a while. But
Yeah.
yeah,
We got-
15.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's crazy because
Our-
I've had her,
Yeah.
what, 13 years now? Yeah.
I know. It was so funny because I was talking to my little kiddo the other day,
Mhm.
and he goes, "Mommy," he goes, "Do you think a second for Benny's like feels like a year?" And I was like, "Buddy, that's pretty deep."
That is.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he makes every second count because he's only got about 15 years with us.
Yeah.
And he's like, makes sense. He's like, I think I'm gonna play with them more.
Oh.
It's like racing. Oh, but right? I think that's
Yeah.
why they're so damn happy all the
I'm
time.
not
They're
crying,
like,
you're crying.
like so when they're when they're home like waiting on us, it probably feels like an eternity.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Yep. No, we rescued our dog, and I think he's full-blooded Chihuahua, but he's
I
the
love
cutest
Chihuahuas.
freaking thing. He's 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Cheeto Blanco.
Oh.
Cheeto Mama be going in.
Our last
I
dog,
had Cody and Chloe were my chihuahuas.
our last dog, we got her at a Walmart parking lot. And this
That's where I got Chloe.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, this guy had a shopping basket
Mm-hmm.
and it had a sign on it that said free puppy, you know. So we went and she looked just like a little baby lab,
Oh, really?
little black baby lab.
Uh-huh.
So we got to ask, you know, what is she? You know, he said, well, she's part dachshund and part lab.
That's an interesting mix.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It was just
And
bushy, big
the
old
thing
head.
is, you know, tell me how this happened. The mom was the lab.
Oh gosh. Hey,
Yeah.
they make it
So
work.
she ended up being this little,
Long, bushy, fluffy.
she was lab from chest up.
Yeah.
Lab head, lab ears, lab tail, with UB short legs.
That's
That's
funny.
it.
That's what
Oh my
that's what I'm
God.
envisioning. Big old
Best
head,
dog
bushy.
ever. Best dog ever.
Yeah.
And we have not been able to get another dog since she passed.
Yeah.
We just can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, Benny came after our little Chloe passed,
Yeah.
and we went to get Benny because I missed her. She was like my little. We called her little girl. Like,
Yeah.
her name was little girl.
Yeah.
Even though it was Chloe. like, look, girl. And like, literally, you could be anywhere. Like, you could just let her, she'd run around,
Yeah.
she'd say, be like, look, girl, she'd be right there.
Yeah.
She'd be right there.
Yeah.
But she was my baby girl, and I remember it was so hard. Like, she had a murmur.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And Halloween night, she just couldn't breathe.
Oh.
And it was, I woke up to her, like, just, she was
Yeah.
at the bottom of the bed. And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And anyway, so I took her to the bed, and I told her, I said, just make it so she's comfortable. So they put her on the breathing thing, and it just wasn't getting better. So, but we went, because we knew that somebody was selling dogs, and they said they have one girl. Go get a little girl. I went up there, and that little girl was so dang cute. But Brayson fell in love with this little guy. Because he was like the runt. He was like the tiny one. And he was just in the cage, like,
Yeah.
and the little girl was like, she was so cute. She was jumping all over the place. But Brayson was like, because Brayson was younger then.
Yeah.
So he's like, I like this one. Let's get this one.
You're like, okay.
So we ended up with Benny.
We're digressing.
We are. Oh, we are. Yes.
I don't really, you know what? Sometimes if you get enough dogs, you got to get a bigger house.
There you go.
That's what we're here for.
That's right.
I mean, you expand
will
your
help you
family
with that.
even if you don't have kids. Hello.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We still got to expand.
All of it.
But yeah, so we should do that though. We should definitely do that.
Yeah. And that's
Hold
the
it
good thing
together.
about real estate.
Be fun.
Anybody can be your client. Like,
Yeah.
anybody can be your client.
Anybody.
So,
I mean, everybody has a house.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a house.
Right.
Everybody needs a new house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
everybody.
Because what is it? 5 to 7 years? You stay in a mortgage?
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a first time home buyer, anyways. If it's your forever home, like, we know you're good.
Yeah.
But but maybe you want to start investing. You never know.
Well,
That's
It's be like a new thing.
I've done a lot of photography for people that thought they were in there forever.
Mm-hmm. And then something else comes up. And
Yeah,
Life happens.
a
So-
lot.
sometimes those forever homes become too big.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
think
that's a big,
we have
that's
more-
a large part of it. Yeah.
we have more baby boomers moving now. They're like, nah, I can't. This is too much house.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think in real estate, it's just buying and selling. Like, just, I put a thing on my TikTok just saying, people get in hard times. They're going through a divorce.
Yeah.
Their
Oh,
house
these
is,
happen all the time. I'm doing one right now.
yeah, their house is close to foreclosure. Like, what do we do? Like, come to an agent. We don't want to just buy or sell. We're pretty well connected in the community. That's what
Right.
we're doing here,
Right.
and we
You
can
know
help you
how
with
many
things.
times I have literally been like, hey, you can go and get that consolidation loan that they're mailing you in the mail with this high interest rate.
Right.
Or I wouldn't do it now, I wouldn't say do it now, but when the rates drop,
Yeah.
if somebody needs to pay off debt,
Yeah.
or they just want to finally get rid of those school loans, or they want to get rid of like medical bills or whatever it is, don't get a consolidation loan.
Yeah.
Just refi your house.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
cash out on your house,
Yeah.
take that money, pay everything off, and it's you know what I mean? A secured loan, you're always gonna have the lowest rate. That's
Yeah.
why you won't get a rate as low as a mortgage.
And how does it work? I don't remember, but so like say like we bought our house at the 2.5%.
Uh-huh.
The crazy times.
Mhm.
So
You can get a home equity loan.
so like we did a home equity loan. Are we
You can
now
cash
stuck
out
with
on
the is our not well if we didn't do a cash out if we did a reload right?
So basically,
What rate are we at?
So what you would do, right? Because there are some people that bought during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they want to consolidate, and they're like, I can't do a full cash
Mhm.
out, but they've got, they've got about 75K of equity sitting in their house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You would do what they call a HELOC, which is a home
Yeah.
equity line of credit.
Okay.
And you would just take the cash, and that would be a second mortgage.
Okay.
So if you're regular
that's right.
mortgage,
Second lien.
then you have your
Okay.
second lien.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
your second. So
Oh,
people talk
right,
about their
right.
second mortgage. That's what it is. It's just a little tiny loan that it's like,
Underneath.
I don't want to touch this rate.
Right.
Know.
Gotcha.
So
Yes.
so yeah, definitely you can do that because we did that recently
Mhm.
just to pay everything
Yeah,
else. It's like
yeah,
I just want to
yeah.
pay for my house,
Right.
Yeah.
And hubby's truck, of course. But
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't like paying all this stuff. I just
Right.
want just one payment.
Right.
So, but HELOCs are good to do that for sure. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. So I mean, there's way more. Yeah, absolutely, way more that you can do.
Yeah, but people think, oh, I don't need to talk to a realtor. I need to find somebody that specializes in this. No, go to a realtor because realtors are very well connected with
Realtors,
different
right.
type of people, investors that may want to take over and do something for you, a sub two or however they handle that, or the deeds,
And yeah,
lieu and
yeah,
stuff like that.
absolutely.
So-
Like if somebody's like, obviously going through a divorce.
Yeah.
Or if somebody recently married
Mhm.
and they're like, I want to put her on the loan with me, or if I want to put him on the deed with me, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Go to your realtor will get you connected with title.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
don't even need a lender on that.
I
But it's
think,
like, I'll send you.
The majority of the questions that I answer to clients aren't necessarily
Buying or selling.
yeah, they're not
Yeah.
real estate exactly. They're okay, what kind of insurance do I need on this home if it's vacant?
Mhm.
Well, I'm not an insurance person, but I know who is.
Right,
You know,
right,
and like,
right.
Yeah.
I
Or
always get questions that aren't real estate.
or it's like,
Yeah.
do you know how many of your realtors know roofers?
Yes.
Yes.
If you ever need a new
Oh, yeah.
roof, you
Yeah.
know who knows all the best roofers?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
realtors sometimes have to have that to make a deal happen.
Right.
So they know roofers, they know plumbers, they know contractors, they know insurance people. If your insurance goes up, like this year my insurance went up.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So I went to my insurance partner, I said, say, hey.
What is
You know?
going on?
That's what I mean. So it's like we know people, like there's so
Yeah.
much more than buying
Right.
and selling.
Right.
Yes.
So it's like when they say create a relationship
Yeah.
with your folks,
Yeah.
that's what they mean.
Yeah.
That's what they mean.
Yeah.
Like you want your realtor to know, little Tonya,
Mhm.
so that when Tanya's going to college, it's like, do you need help with anything?
Right.
Does she need a small condo somewhere that maybe
Right.
you could get on there as a, because I have a lot of parents, which this makes sense to me.
Mhm.
If they're going to college and to stay on campus, it's going to cost so and so.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You might as well
They're
buy them a
condos.
condo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a friend that did that
for
a condo.
them,
Mhm.
have them have a roommate.
Right.
They both pay it.
Right.
And then when he's ready to buy his first house, he can leave that house
Mhm.
and rent it out.
Right. You've already
and
established
show
something
income.
for them.
Something,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
there's so many things. It's like, but would you have known that had you not had friends like us?
Right. Right.
Right.
Right. People think, oh, and my parents made me stay on campus the first year just to make friends, and I'm glad that they did. But
Uh-huh.
after that, it was like, I ain't doing this again.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Right.
Right, exactly.
But we paid for an apartment. It was like, I wish that they would have made that investment for me then, and then I could have kept going. But
Yeah.
those are things that I want to teach I've got 3 of them coming up, so it's like, I
Yeah.
want them to
Like
have those
me being
things.
in the thing, and it's wild because like since we're in the business, we're like,
Mhm.
there's no way that people don't know that, or like you feel stupid for like you feel like you're reiterating or you're just saying something.
Right.
Right.
But
But some
really,
people don't know.
I think back to when I didn't do it, like I wasn't doing it in
Right,
college,
right.
but I will do
Yeah.
that for racing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, I went to LSU and you're required to stay on campus your first year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which again makes
for
sense.
residency or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, and I stayed in the dorm and, met a lot of people or whatever.
I was at the
But-
dorms every day trying to meet people because I wasn't living in the dorms. I was like, I'm not gonna meet people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But go ahead, you were there.
Oh yeah, no. There was a little condo situation, like 10 minutes down Nicholson Drive. My mom came and she looked at it, and like that was actually when I was in college something my mom was really considering. Is like, can I buy this condo, have his roommates pay the mortgage,
Yeah.
and then sell it or rent it out? And it was, it was something we talked about, and it
Yeah.
didn't work out. I wound up, getting roommates and renting, but
Yeah.
it's a really, really sound
Investment,
A lot of-
for
a
sure.
lot of
Set
my
your
friends-
kids up.
It's
Yeah,
especially if
a lot of
your
my friends
kids,
did it.
have responsible friends, and because sometimes if you can be like, look, no knuckleheads are staying here.
Right.
But because I think back to, because I went to Cal State Fullerton, which is right there, obviously in Fullerton, but Yorba Linda, Placentia, La Habra, like all around it, right?
Yeah,
And I remember my friend Vandy with a V, hey girl. She was so tall and she was a theater major. She was so wonderful. Anyways, but Vandy, her mom, her parents bought a house in Placentia at the time.
Mhm.
So because we were a couple of years in, probably it would have been 98 or 99.
Mhm.
So at that time, the house that they bought was probably 350,
Mm.
400,000.
Mhm.
I always think back because she lived there, my friend Desiree lived there, my friend Steve lived there, and my friend Kelly. So it was like 4 of them,
Yeah.
right? And they rented this space, and it was like a house. It had like a hot tub in the back, like
Right.
it was like it wasn't a condo, it was a house, you
Yeah.
know? And I think I wonder now how much money when they sold it, if they
Of
ever sold it,
course.
or if it's still there.
Yeah.
Because the California market in 1997, the average house was like 289.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in 99, maybe it's 350.
Yeah.
It was 289. It's like 1.3 now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
And
So
that's
could
not
you-
the New York situation.
So could you imagine
That's the
something that
actual
was
market.
350? It's probably, that house is probably 1.75 now.
Crazy.
Wow.
I mean, just,
Yeah.
It's
Just
crazy.
it's never a bad time to buy a house, ever.
No.
That's
I mean, even, and like, even when the rates are high.
Yeah.
You know?
right.
And like I live in Clear Lake. My daughter's gonna go to esthetician school at St. Jack's.
Yeah.
So there's so many condos over there. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can find her something that's, I mean, I'm shooting for like under 100, honestly. But
Yeah.
like something like that she can pay the
Mhm.
payment.
Yep.
It's not
Right.
crazy. It's her investment to kind of do what she wants with. Obviously, I would like her to run things by me. Don't
Yep.
go out and do crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Right.
Don't
So-
just say I did this and then I gotta fix it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking to my buddy David Rush yesterday. We went and had coffee, and his son he was thinking of doing like the condo thing too.
Yeah.
And there's things about it that you don't realize, right? Like, 'cause me as a lender, I'm always like the HOAs. And
Yes.
I think of that
It's crazy
stuff.
how much it is.
But I have to remind myself
Mm-hmm.
when you live in a condo
Yeah.
as a young kid, the reason why it makes sense is because you are not truly a homeowner
Right.
yet. At
Right.
22, you're just trying to invest.
Yeah.
You're not trying to mow your lawn.
Yeah.
You're not trying to
Get a new roof.
upkeep your gutters.
Right.
You're not trying to clean your pool, right?
Right.
You're getting the cheapest insurance possible.
Right.
Right.
But with a condo, you pay those dues. They cut your yard. They trim the bushes. Everything on the outside is taken care of.
Yeah.
Even insurance. It's insured. All you insure is inside.
Yeah.
So it's almost like renter's
Walls and-
insurance.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
it makes sense as a college kid. Listen,
Well,
mark my words. If you got a college kid,
let
Get
me
on the
tell you-
doors.
I'll tell you something else. We
Yeah.
bought a condo in Clear Lake,
yep.
and
Clear Lake has
the
a lot of nice
reason
condos.
the
Yeah.
reason we did that is because I ain't got time to take care of a yard.
Yeah.
I
Right.
ain't got time
We live
to
in a
do all that.
townhouse. I mean, it's like 2,500 square feet, but it's huge, and I love it,
That's-
and
yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
we live in a little
They come
one
every
bedroom,
Friday
one
month to
bath
your house.
condo.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Because and I mean, you have to think about that. I mean, that's true. Because even if you're like
Older.
John, even if you're like in your
Old fart.
50s, I'm just kidding. But no, like even if you're older and you don't like the yard's not your thing,
Right.
Yeah.
get you a condo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if the kids are But well, hell, I mean, townhomes are big now.
But
1,900
our
square feet is big.
okay, so there's nothing upstairs above our bedroom, so all the ceilings in the living room and
Or high.
primary are like
So it
10
feels
foot.
single family.
So yeah, and then when you go upstairs, it's a 19 by 30
Just okay.
area, and then it's got 2 bedrooms up there for the kids.
Oh, that's cool. So,
So
it's
it's
a
big.
bonus space.
It's big, so but that's all above the garage, so there's nothing above
So
us.
you can
no
do
living
like
room. Yeah,
you can party up there.
Yeah.
It's big.
it's big.
19 by
It's
30.
it's a big townhouse.
Yeah.
So and y'all know where Village on the Lake Apartments is?
I can't think of that right now.
It's off of Nassen Space Center.
Yes,
Oh,
I
They're
know.
huge.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
600 something units. It's
Yeah.
a huge apartment complex. We're behind that on the water.
Mm-hmm.
So our roof is like the Spanish roof tiles that look like the
Mhm.
apartments. People are like, oh, y'all live in apartments? No. It's like a developer's little private community. You go in between the nursing home and the
Yeah.
apartments. There's a
Yeah,
street that goes
yeah.
in dead ends into the
They-
neighborhood.
You know what? That's what we were saying on the last time we were talking. We were talking about we need to figure out how we can get with the NASA folks or people like. Are you hiring somebody from another state that is going to live down here? Do you
You
need a
talked about
realtor?
that.
We
Yeah.
need to do that too. We
Yeah.
really do because NASA is growing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
They
they're
are.
because of NASA and because of oil. Texas will always have out of staters.
Yeah.
come
Yep.
in
Right.
always.
Always, yeah.
And this area specifically.
Yeah.
True.
Because of NASA
Mhm.
and because of we're close to all the oil rigs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, military.
And military. Yeah.
Right.
And
So-
winter Texans.
What's that?
Winter
Texans.
Texans, yeah.
Winter
Yeah,
Texans.
seriously, people that there are a lot of people that buy homes down here
Second homes, yeah.
On the
Yeah,
water.
sure.
and
Yeah.
live like
Uh-huh.
somewhere up in Yankee land or whatever,
Yeah.
and come down here in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most Texas, Arizona, and Florida. Those are usually the second homes.
Yeah.
For people who live in the
Right.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
California used to, but not anymore.
Yeah.
It's mostly Arizona,
Right.
Georgia, and
I've been
obviously for
Arizona.
good reason.
Yeah.
You don't want your second home to be more than two.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
What's that?
She's never been to Arizona, and
Arizona is a really cool place.
I've only been to Phoenix, flew to Sky Harbor.
Okay.
It was this is my joke about Phoenix. In Texas when you open the oven to let your tater tots come out of the oven, that's what walking in Phoenix.
It's like
Tater tots.
Yeah.
and your glasses, you're like,
Looks
I
like-
can't see.
Yeah.
Arizona is tater tot land.
You know what? Dude, Texas can get that way sometimes.
Oh
too.
my God.
Georgia was like that. Dude, Georgia's like swallowing a
But
fish.
it's a
There was so
dry
much-
heat in Arizona.
Yeah.
It's dry. That's
really dry.
That's what I mean, like opening
Like
your oven. It's
desert,
just
But like when I go to Vegas, and people are like, "Oh my God, it's so dry here," and I'm like, "This is amazing!"
this is
like,
nice. I'm not sweating.
Right.
Right. I like the moist for your skin, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll
I was
put up
so
with a
dry.
little dewy.
a week in
pimple every
Vegas,
now
and I'm like shriveled up. I'm like, "Okay, I gotta go home."
because
I know
because
humidity.
because obviously like Nevada and Arizona Arizona, you're right. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the heat where like you get like specks of dust and you're like,
Right.
it's like dry heat and dirt. That's all it is.
Yes.
It's like you think it's a tan and then you take a shower. That was just dust.
Yeah, that's just us. Yeah.
That's also
But I mean, it's
Southwest.
deserty. It's
Yeah.
super, yeah.
Right.
But low maintenance yards.
That's also Southwest Texas.
Yeah.
But we like to ride Harleys, me and my husband. So it's like put a really hot
We used to ride bikes.
motorcycle between your legs
Or I would ride.
in the summer. I got my motorcycle license this year.
So you ride yourself.
Yeah.
See, I've never done that myself, but man, when you are like on black asphalt and you're at a stoplight, like
it's like a hot
Let's
blow. It's a hot blow dry in your face. It's not fun riding in the summer
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, and like when you're watching people and they've got all this stuff on and it's like but it makes sense.
They got
when
it
they
on
start
for a
riding.
reason.
Right.
Yeah.
But is it fun riding in the winter?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm still
With the windshield. Listen, my husband. Okay,
I
so
don't like it too cold.
so listen.
Yeah.
So my husband loves, like, I met him on a bike. Like our first date, he picked me up on his bike.
Yeah.
So we moved to South Dakota. He took his bike with him. He doesn't have it anymore. He sold it. But he was like, I'm gonna try and like, because when we were in South Dakota, where he worked was like an hour away.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh wow.
So he's like, I'm gonna save gas. And he felt like Dumb and Dumber on his way back. He was like, he was like, honey, this is the worst experience of my life. He was like, I
Yeah.
probably caught a couple of ice bricks in my teeth. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
it was awful. He was like,
Yeah.
I would much rather have the Georgia heat,
Oh, yeah.
like asphalt, than cold is not fun.
If it's too cold, definitely like I'm a chaps girl, like the leather jacket and chaps because you can just ride comfortably.
with that windshield,
I got a
that
helmet on, but like I'm good, But it's like fishing. I don't want to fish when it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like the heat. I'm
Right.
a born and raised Houstonian. Like
So anytime it's like raining, like and it's one of those like just rains out of nowhere.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like me and my husband are like saluting all the they're
Yeah.
under the bridge. Hey.
Yeah.
They're like just sitting there like, oh
Yes.
god, I didn't
That's
see this
the
coming.
other day we got caught in that rain coming back from Laporte. Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted me to ride so much. I was like, I don't know, that just makes me but I loved just riding. But South Dakota was a pretty ride though.
Yeah.
Right.
South Dakota's where you would want to take your Harleys and ride. Did you ever go to
Oh, yeah.
Sturgis?
No, so we have friends that go in August. We may go next year, but they've been like the last couple of years. We just unfortunately
Sturgis
haven't been able to go.
is so fun. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, you meet people from everywhere.
Yeah.
We're talking people who day to day are like doctors and surgeons and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
living on yachts, but like got there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had my friend Jessica. Was it my friend Jessica? I'm pretty sure it was Jessica. Bartended.
Hmm. Yeah.
Dude, she made so
Oh,
much.
I can only imagine.
So much bank.
Yeah.
Like, because they did they did for a while. They had that like
Dancers.
no the oh my god, why can't I think right now? I'm so stupid. The reality television.
Yes.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
they did that.
yes.
What did they call it? Something happened. I don't know. Something happened in
It was
Sturgis.
on that girl that was
It got
married.
closed down.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
But I just remember.
But I remember. I think I saw Jessica in the background. I called her. I was like, "Oh, are you Marcia?" She's like, "Oh, I think it's so much damn money."
Yeah. Yes.
But, yeah.
There's a lot of people that,
Oh, wow.
and we ride with so many
And you don't
people,
even have
so
to-
it's fun.
And the thing is, like, sometimes if you get the right biker bar, like if you get the right bar and bartending, you ain't got to do nothing but just be a badass bartender.
Right.
Right.
That maybe throws in a cuss word every now and then. You
Right.
don't have to like, you don't have to do all the, you know what I mean?
All the jabs.
Like they just,
Flair.
It ain't
Yeah.
no Kyle the ugly.
yeah, you don't have to shake your boobies. You just be in a, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I was like, baby. So this time we're not gonna delete it. I'm kidding. kidding. But no, it was fun because we had another time to see our friends. You can't eat the mic. So I'm glad that you guys get to come back. We got to hang out again.
Yeah.
So now we have another thing that we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a swim meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do an Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna do dog parks.
Yes.
Yes.
And then what else?
Oh,
We're gonna
no.
all buy motorcycles.
I'm not.
You have to talk to my wife about that.
I'm kidding. I can't. I'm too nervous. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about the reasons why you need to know realtors. It's not always about buying and selling.
Right.
So, and hopefully you grabbed some information and you're jotting it down if you have a kid soon to go to college.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Try and do something like that.
Yeah.
Or if you're a young college person and you've got a gig and you have a way of saving up some money,
Do it.
you and your friend, if you got a friend you're close with, y'all get you a condo together. You don't have to be married to be on a loan
And
together.
I'll just say that's an example, but realtors are full of ideas like
Right.
Cool.
great.
Pick our brains. Like
Yes.
there's we may be new agents, but we've obviously gotten into this business. We're
There's
definitely-
There's so many things you can do. And it's
Yeah.
like, we can do this and then we can do this.
We'll
I mean,
get you in
even
touch with a person that does
make it
know.
work.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
look these folks up. Their information is right down in the description.
Right in the bottom.
Yeah.
So, say your name again.
TravisWilliams, the swim coach realtor at Faron, Daigle Realty.
Nice. And
Tonia Montague, Texas Diamond Realty.
holla. And we are Jen.ray and John Duncan.
Yeah, the guy that loses vision.
Thanks for not deleting this time.
Yeah, that's right.
Peace out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.